so much behind-the-scenes preparation before the start of a spring training game. The grounds crew here early, making sure everything looks good on the field. Our crew, they're here early, making sure everything looks good on the telecast. And then, of course, you got the ushers cleaning every seat, making sure that they are pristine. How about the clubhouse guys? They're here at 7 a.m. They leave after 7 p.m. Danny O'Rourke making sure that everybody stays hydrated for the Phils and the Atlanta Braves. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with Ben Davis. We'll be joined by Greg Murphy, and I'm sure the Fanatic in just a little bit. So Howie Kendrick is back in the lineup today again for the Phillies. He's DHing this afternoon. Offensively, the Phils expect high numbers from him playing left field. But leadership-wise, I think he's been very refreshing for this ball club.
Exactly why Matt Klentak and the Phillies front office brought him in to be really a leader for some of these younger players. And Michael Franco, he's in his hitting group every day. Cesar Hernandez, Freddie Galvis. He's a guy that can really provide some leadership. Now, baseball is a game that really comes full circle. He was a guy that came up with the Angels under the tutelage of Torrey Hunter and Vladimir Guerrero. And now he has that opportunity to really lead some of these younger guys into where they need to be consistent everyday major league players.
All right, we talk about consistency. His offensive numbers have been extremely consistent. Phillies certainly like that.
Yes, indeed, and that's why he's in this lineup. They need some production from the corner outfitters. That's why Michael Saunders came in. That's why Howie Kendrick came in. And Howie recently, we were able to catch up with him about what kind of leadership he's going to be able to provide.
You know, I've known Matt for a long time, and he's had a chance to see me play with the Angels. You know, that's where we first met, and, you know, I've got a lot of respect for Matt. And, you know, I think that's something that, you know, growing up in the Angel organization, you know, it's a testament of what I learned on my way to the big leagues. And to be able to be the type of player that's been around long enough to play the game the right way. And, you know, it's basically me learning from guys that I've been around, and it's the only way I've known how to play. And to be around these young guys here, I remember being that young player coming in, not sure of myself yet, not, you know, completely understanding the game. I was still learning even at the major league level. And when I got here, when I knew I was going to be coming over here, I knew there was a lot of younger guys. Some of the guys I've played against before, I've talked to them in the past, like Franco. You know, you got Cesar Hernandez, who had really good years, you know, last year. And Odubel Herrera, you know, another young guy. But, you know, I see a lot of potential in the guys that are here. And, you know, they're up-and-coming stars, you know. And to be able to try to make an impact on those guys, you know, I'd love to be that guy they look at like, hey, you know, this guy runs the bases hard. He plays the game the right way. And I think that's what Matt's talking about, is having somebody play the game the right way and understand that it's not just about you. It's about us as a team winning and getting other guys on board with that.
Well, it's all about the team, and the Phillies today will take on the Atlanta Braves. The Braves have a split squad, but they'll have Aaron Blair on the mound. He's trying to win a spot in the Atlanta Braves rotation. Jared Eichhoff makes his second spring training appearance. Well, speaking of appearances, the Fanatic has made some big appearances with the Phils here in Clearwater so far. He is in mid-season form, so sit back, relax, watch some baseball, and watch the big green guy. He's going to be performing next to Murph as the day moves on. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Citizens Bank, official bank of the Phils. Visit citizensbank.com. By Toyota. Toyota's One for Everyone sales event is going on now. Toyota, let's go places. By Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. And by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Learn more at IVX.com. Here at Spectrum Field, the Phillies and the Atlanta Braves, the first time for 3 games here at Spectrum Field between these two teams. Phillies have just taken the field behind Jared Eickhoff, who's loosening up. It's a split squad for the Atlanta Braves, so Terry Pendleton's lineup brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Ender Inciarte, look at that name, and he'll be the leadoff hitter for the Braves. And then everybody else, they're all minor leaguers that have come over to help the Braves face the Phils here this afternoon. Inciarte was so good last year for the Atlanta Braves. They'll be opposed by right-hander Jared Eickhoff, making his second spring appearance. Those are his numbers from last year, 11-14 with an ERA of 3.65. I didn't think he pitched badly the other day, Ben, but when we talked to him, he was a little frustrated with his command more than anything else.
The command, I think the adrenaline got the best of him in his first outing, but I think he'll be able to tone that down a bit more today as we look at the scouting report. 88-93. The big hook hits his out pitch, but the slider and change have come a long, long way.
Well, the first batter that he'll face is Inciarte, who so far is 3 for 14 in spring games. And the first pitch of the day is in there for a strike. Inciarte, 291 last year. He had 34 extra base hits. And their outfield is pretty much set with Kemp in left field, Inciarte in center. As the pitch is up and in. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. And Nick Markakis around in right field. They acquired Inciarte from the Arizona Diamondbacks. To the right side, Cesar Hernandez got a beat on it. And Johan Camargo is now due up. 73 degrees today, sunny, breezy, but again quite clear down here in Clearwater. Wind is about 10 miles an hour lighter than yesterday, and it is basically coming in. Whereas yesterday it started in, and then it kind of shifted from right to left. Camargo last year was in Double-A. He had 36 extra base hits. And like the Phillies, the Braves have an awful lot of prospects that they have sort of stockpiled over the last couple of years. Playing shortstop today, Dansby Swanson will be the everyday shortstop for the Braves. Good curveball. Probably see more breaking pitches today from Jared Eickhoff.
Maybe a few more. I would expect to see more changeups than curveballs, just to try and get more of a feel for that pitch.
Fastball upstairs. Eickhoff's fastball will top off probably 92 at its best. I mean, that was at 91 miles an hour, but you know, he lives 90, 91 for the most part. Tried to dance that curveball into the dirt, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yesterday, Jeremy Hellickson went 3 innings for the Phils, and probably could have gone 4. His pitch count was a little higher after 3 than I think he would have wanted. Bit low, 3-2.
Never like to go 0-2 to a full count, but still have a pitch left to put him away.
Off the hands, out to left field. Dylan Cousins had him played perfectly. Spring training positioning for Dylan Cousins. Here's Rio Ruiz, who is due up next. Baseball America has ranked the organizations, and the Braves are sitting up top, and the Yankees, who stockpiled a lot of prospects as well, are sitting second, and there are the Phillies at number 6, and that's great to see. With all the work the front office has done, and great work over the last couple of years. Phillies are in the top 10. Sharp way to shortstop. Ruiz is going to be retired by J.P. Crawford, and that is a very comfortable top of the first for Jared Eickhoff. On to the bottom of the first.
Dear fellow
First inning, there's Pete McCann next to Larry Bow. Let's take a look at Pete's lineup for today, brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Cesar Hernandez will lead it off. He's at second base. Now, Roman Quinn gets the start today in center field. We mentioned Howie Kendrick is the DH this afternoon. J.P. Crawford is in the starting lineup today, and he will bat 8th for the Phils. And Brian Holiday does the catching, hitting 9th. And they will face right-hander Aaron Blair. Blair last year made 15 starts for the Braves. Most were early, 2-7 with an ERA of 7.59. Faced the Phillies only one time and got hit around. They acquired him from the Arizona Diamondbacks, and they are hoping that he will be able to battle Ben for one of the 5 spots in the rotation, which is diminished compared to last year because of their moves.
It is. He was the D-backs first-round pick in 2013. You can see he's a big kid, 91 to 97, curve change sinker. But make sure you get him down in the zone.
Here's Cesar Hernandez, who is 2 for 11 to start the spring. 1 ball and no strikes to Cesar. Only everyday player the Braves have in their lineup today is Ender Inciarte out in center field. They're playing the Miami Marlins up in Orlando. And as usually the case, most of their everyday players are in the lineup there. Check swing. Dan Iasonia called it a strike. He didn't say he went on the swing. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Iasonia behind the plate here today. Tom Hallion is over at first base right now. Marty Foster at second. Nick Lentz is over at third. Off the glove of Blair. It slows it up, and Cesar Hernandez is aboard with an infield hit. And they're going to go out and check on Aaron Blair because the glove dropped almost immediately. So that may have gotten a piece of his palm.
About the last 2 hitters, yeah, right off his left wrist there. Thankfully for Aaron, it's not off his throwing arm. But how about that? The last 2 hitters the Phillies have put to the plate yesterday, and Logan Moore ending the game on just a missile up the middle, which their closer Chargois was able to end the ball game with. And now Cesar Hernandez lead off the game, and that's going to be the end for Aaron Blair's day.
Aaron Blair is going to be lifted from this ball game after taking that ground ball off his thumb or close to his wrist. So we've got a pitching change. We'll be back right after this. Presented by Geico focuses on the obstacles women face in sports, both on and off the field. Log on to csnphilly.com/Tomboyd for inspiring stories like our own Dee Lynam, who talks about growing up in a basketball family and being a woman covering the sport she loves. I think our Phillies players, Clay Buckholz and Roman Quinn, for letting us know how important it is from a sports standpoint and what it does bring, whether it be male or female. Well, that is Josh Collmenter, who is the new pitcher for the Atlanta Braves. Collmenter last year had an ERA of 3.70. He's a veteran from the Arizona Diamondbacks organization. He'll take over for Aaron Blair. And Blair taken out of the game after taking that shot off the lower part of his thumb near the wrist right here from Cesar Hernandez.
Right off that wrist, and it must have been. There must be something seriously wrong, because he didn't even try to get back out there, so must have been something so drastic that he just couldn't go on.
And I think part of it too in spring and beyond that, I mean, there's also this precaution that we don't want to get anybody hurt.
Right.
And they probably figure, all right, let's get them some ice on it. Let's check it out to make sure that there isn't anything terribly wrong. So Terry Pendleton sent out his pitching coach for this afternoon. And they decided to take him out. Collmenter, just like the regular season, will get as much time as possible to get himself loosened up and ready to go. Last year, Collmenter pitched in the Diamondbacks organization, of course, and then pitched in the Braves organization. Appeared in 3 games for the Atlanta Braves and 15 games in relief for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Collmenter is most likely going to be competing for the long man's job, and he's not a bad long man. Now, on paper, this is the Braves starting rotation with Fulton-Evich as the 5th guy. The health of Jaime Garcia obviously is always a question, but that was a good pickup if he's 100% healthy. And then you throw in Aaron Blair and a couple of other guys who could possibly be parts of the battle for one of those 5 spots. Matt Whistler as well.
It could be a pretty good rotation. Those additions of Garcia, Dickey, and Colon could really help the Braves out, especially moving into that new ballpark in Atlanta.
So Cesar Hernandez is on first base. The batter is Roman Quinn. Roman 3 for 12 so far this spring. Taking low, 1 ball, no strikes. Roman Quinn, like a lot of the Phillies players, where the coaching staff is sitting right now for the Phillies is where Mickey Morandini has his bunning station. And every day before BP, the hitters go through that bunning station before they get into the cage. And Roman was there today, like everybody else, working on that, utilizing his speed as best as possible.
And this machine is set up, I would say, 25 feet maybe, Tom.
Yep.
20, 30 feet at the most. And it's peppering them in there. And it's nice to see the guy try and deaden the baseball.
Foul ball, 1-2.
Some guys can do it better than others. Some other guys are hitting rockets and up in the middle of the infield. And other guys are, be able to, watch Roman today because that's a big part of his game. He was really able to deaden the baseball and keep it closer towards home plate.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Roman Quinn. To the right side, backhanded by Walker. And they'll get the lead runner, but that's it. I'm a little surprised that Cesar did not run at all. I guess every time he gets on base, I say that. I'm a little surprised that he didn't run.
Maybe you want to keep that hole open for Roman Quinn. Roman trying to hook it through that hole, but Walker comes off and makes a nice feed to shortstop. Johan Camargo, very smart not to make the relay throw back to first base.
So now Roman's at first, and Howie Kendrick is the hitter. Kendrick has 1 hit so far this spring. And that hole on the right side is exactly the hole that Howie Kendrick likes to visit. Breaking ball, 1-0. I thought the video that we showed during the Open today was a clear indication of what the goal is for the Phillies coaching staff, particularly Matt Stairs, and what Howie Kendrick's role is going to be for this club from a leadership standpoint. Roman goes, There is no chance to throw him out. Freitas, the catcher, he got rid of it fast, but Roman got such a good jump.
It didn't matter. Not the best pitch to throw in either. Pitch down into a righty. That's just not even close. Cole Mentor very slow to home plate with his delivery.
Two balls and no strikes to Kendrick. Pulls it over the head of Juan Samuel. Anyway, talking about that footage, you know, one of the biggest things is the hitting group. The fact that, as you alluded to in the open, he's hitting with Maikel Franco, he's hitting with Cesar Hernandez. You know, and he's hopefully going to impart some wisdom, and has already, on some of those younger players. Back toward the middle, and it's fielded by Demerit, and he throws out Kendrick. Over to third is Roman Quinn. 2 outs.
I'm not saying Maikel has to just, you know, turn into the type of hitter Howie Kendrick is, but
right, because you want more power.
But yes, I want more power, but I could be way out on a limb here, but I think there's 20+ hits on the right side of the field for Maikel throughout the course of the season. 20+. I do.
Well, and I will agree with that, particularly because of the way the shift is now. People didn't always shift like this.
Right.
The first all of last year for Maikel. It happened as the season went on, but not.
But that hole, if he can just get one out in this vicinity here, I mean, that is just huge. If he can just, I'm not saying he's got to just, you know, shorten up and take a half swing, drive the ball that side.
Well, why not go 2-0?
Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Mike.
He wasn't trying for that hole.
He's trying for the scoreboard.
Well, and it wasn't a bad pitch to try for the scoreboard. Now, Cole Mentor, you know, doesn't overpower you. That was an 87-mile-an-hour, I guess, cutter.
Maikel was a little tardy.
And a line drive out toward left. That's going to drop in for a base hit, and the Phillies take a 1-0 lead. 5th hit of the spring for Franco.
Nice 2-out piece of hitting right here. Cole Mentor tries to get one in on Maikel, and the ball's elevated. Maikel shortens up and take that any day of the week.
So the Phils take an early lead. And now Tommy Joseph is going to be the hitter. Tommy hit a home run here the other day when you and I were doing the game. And I went up to him yesterday as that one is lined out toward left and is over the head of Micah Johnson, who misplayed it. Franco to third. Tommy Joseph with a rip double. Now the Phils have runners on second and third here in the first inning.
First pitch hunting right here is Tommy Joseph. He hits that ball down so well because he stays through it. He doesn't get to it and chop his swing off. He's got great extension on that ball that's down. Great extension.
So I was telling him about the home run the other day that he hit. I said, you know, you and I were up here in the booth, and I said, I totally blew that home run call for you. And he said, yeah, I listened to it.
I know you did, and thanks for noticing.
He said, because I crushed it, and I wanted to hear, you know, how far it went and what you guys talked about. He goes, and you made it seem like it was just a fly ball to left. I said, I thought it was just a fly ball to left.
The wall scraper. 550 feet later.
He said, you know, it went on the roof of the tiki bar. Here's Dylan Cousins. Cousins 3 for 10 so far. Cousins getting a chance to play in left field, make the start today for the Phils. Rhys Hoskins got a chance to play the whole game yesterday, or most of the game yesterday at first base. Tough pitch, 0-2.
I like the fact that his last couple hits have been off lefties through the hole in first and second. Good luck hitting that one.
never got there.
No.
Pulls it toward the hole on the right side. And Demerit is up with it. Phillies settle for the run. They leave 2 in scoring position. An RBI single by Maikel Franco. April 8th when the Phillies take on the Washington Nationals. It's McDonald's opening night T-shirt for fans 15 and older. If you have the collection of T-shirts, that is a beauty to add to it. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. Top of the second, Christian Walker leads it off. Walker 1 for 10 so far this spring. What a beautiful day here in Clearwater.
Way to rub it into the folks back home.
I wasn't rubbing it in. I understand how cold it is back home. Christian Walker over from the Orioles organization. 18 home runs in AAA and a home run here in spring training. That ball is crushed into the back of the Phillies bullpen. And the Braves have tied it up at 1.
Where did he stay on that one? Good looking swing there. Drove it out to left field.
Well, Christian Walker, who is from Limerick, and the fans in Limerick probably watching here today, and that's a pretty nice swing for them to see.
And unfortunately for Jared, a pretty nice pitch for him to hit. Nice swing. Strong swing.
Starts off Fuenmayor with a breaking ball. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Balbino Fuenmayor, 291 last year in Kansas City. Popped it foul and out of play. You know what they called him out in Omaha? Played for the Kansas City's AAA affiliate.
What's that?
The Great Balbino.
Hard to believe.
Yep. To right center field. It's slicing away from Roman Quinn. And that'll head to the wall. Extra base hit for the Great Balbino. And that's back-to-back extra base hits for the Braves. And that'll bring Emilio Bonifacio to the plate. All right, Murph. Well, some of these young players the Braves fans may see at some point, probably not to start 2017, but the Braves are hoping they can start 2017 the way they finished 16.
Yeah, that would be ideal, because I think you guys would both agree it was a very strange season for the Atlanta Braves a year ago. You'll remember they lost 17 of their first 21 games, and that ultimately cost Freddie Gonzalez his job as the manager of the Braves. In comes Brian Snitker, and they started to turn things around slowly. The end of the first half was better than the beginning, obviously. Take a look at their second half, though, 37-35, 2 games over 500. I had a chance to talk to Terry Pendleton about that dramatic change in their season. And he said, you know, it was a lot of things. He said coming into spring training last year, everybody in that clubhouse felt that Freddie Gonzalez's job was very tenuous at the time. He says that's a hard way to play baseball. Everyone was playing very tight, a little bit nervous, not knowing from day to day what was happening. But once Gonzalez was relieved of his duties and Snitker came in, it kind of changed. They were able to relax a little bit and realize, all right, look, this is a real rebuilding process. We just got to go out there and do our jobs. And little by little, they got more comfortable and they started to win some ball games. Then, of course, they added some pretty high-priced talent, Matt Kemp near the back end of the season, and they brought up some guys like Dansby Swanson as well. That all added some energy to the clubhouse, and the result was a pretty good second half. So, yes, you're right, Tom. They are hoping to start this season the way they ended a year ago. That would be ideal for Atlanta Braves fans.
Yeah, I think the Matt Kemp addition gave them a little more power. Yeah. I mean, he finished strong with the Braves. He kind of picked up where he left off with San Diego.
Finished very strong.
The other thing, too, about Atlanta, aside from their record against the Washington Nationals, they played extremely well against the East. You know, so they were 11-8 against the Phillies, 10-9 against the Mets, 11-7 against Miami, and 4-15 against Washington. So, you know, everybody except for the Nationals, and they played them a lot in August and September. Here's Micah Johnson. Johnson played 7 games with the Dodgers last year. So overall, the Braves were 3 games under 500 against the East, which is third best, or was third best last year.
It's one thing you always talk about, winning your division. Well, you always have to take care of business within your division. Yes, you want to win every ball game, but you have to do work within your own division, and the NL East is a very tough one.
One ball and 2 strikes to Johnson. Micah Johnson playing left field today. Swing and a miss. I don't think he was expecting a breaking ball there.
Didn't look like it.
First strikeout for Jared Eickhoff, and there are 2 outs. Time now for our Toyota report, and we give you the changes the Braves have made. It includes the 3 starters, Bartolo Colon, R.A. Dickey, and Jaime Garcia. They probably wouldn't have added Brandon Phillips if not for the shoulder injury of Sean Rodriguez. They thought Rodriguez would be the everyday second baseman, but he's probably out for the year. And then Kurt Suzuki's been added as one of the catchers. Today's catcher is David Freitas, and he takes low. 1 for 3 in the spring. It's sharply. That's a fair ball down the left field line. So the Braves will take the lead as Freitas will lumber into second base. It'll be an RBI double. And it's now 2-1 Atlanta.
Batting ninth, number 81,
3 extra base hits now in this inning, and kind of surprised that Jared is choosing, or chose right there with a man on third and 2 outs, to stay in the stretch. I thought he would have gone out of the windup. Maybe it's a comfort thing for him right now. But you don't like to see the extra base hits, you know, one after the other in the same inning. Just tells you that the ball's elevated a bit more than he would like it.
Yeah, the breaking stuff looks like it's okay today, but I agree with that. The fastball just seems like it's up somewhat.
Yeah, and in the middle.
So here's DeMeritt, and he takes a fastball a little above the belt for a strike. 0-1. DeMeritt, as we mentioned, is playing second base today, and Brandon Phillips, acquired from the Reds, will be the everyday second baseman. Phillips has said that he's excited to be the double play combination with Dansby Swanson. Both are You know, even though Phillips is getting up there, he's still a decent defender.
It's been a joy to watch play second base for all these years. It's excellent.
Pretty straight fastballs. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Off the end of the bat. Cup's going to have to hurry. And it goes over the head of Tommy Joseph, backed up by Cesar Hernandez. And it's now 3-1 Atlanta on top.
Gets to it in time. He just airmails it. DeMeritt way out in front of that breaking ball. Smart play to go get it, but he had to throw it over the head of DeMeritt, and I think that's why he ended up airmailing it over Tommy Joseph. Freitas coming all the way around from second base to score.
So it looks like they'll charge an error. All the way to Jared Eichhoff, so no hit. To the right side, backhanded by Cesar Hernandez. Second time that he's retired Ender Inciarte. 3-run score for the Braves. 2 of those runs are earned. Sunday, April 9th, you're going to walk this one down. It's Cavity Busters Kids Opening Day, and a Phillies hooded sweatshirt free to fans 14 and under. Tickets can be purchased by going to Phillies.com for that afternoon tilt against the Washington Nationals. Bottom of the second inning, 3-1 Atlanta on top. And Aaron Altair will lead things off. It is a perfect day to maybe soak in some sun, get a nice photo. I mean, the berm is so cool. I saw yesterday some kid was just rolling down the berm in like the 7th inning. Now, some of the Phillies minor league affiliates have the same berm. Lakewood in particular has a berm like that. So if they sell out the seating area, which they do often with fireworks and things like that, you get that berm, and it's a great day to sit and watch a game during the summer. And the same here in Clearwater. Aaron Altair over the top of an off-speed pitch. It'll be Altair, J.P. Crawford, and Brian Holiday against Josh Colmenter, who is starting for the injured Aaron Blair.
I think in a day like today, you could sit just about anywhere and enjoy a ball game.
that was Marty Reed that you may have heard say, yeah. He is the bullpen coach and the pitching coach today for the Atlanta Braves. Sharply to shortstop. Camargo throws that Altair. And now 1 out for J.P. Crawford. J.P. so far 2 for 10 this spring. He's been coming in later in games, but also starting some games on the road here in spring training. Former #1 pick by the Phils, or I should say first round pick by the Phillies. Scheduled to start the year in AAA. I thought it was interesting listening to some of his comments during the first part of spring training about pressure, about not putting as much pressure this year on himself. You forget sometimes that a lot of these guys who have high expectations, things roll around in their head all the time.
All the time. A lot of folks would ask me, how did you deal with the pressure of being a first-round draft pick? And I said to myself, once I got to Idaho Falls, I graduate, I go to Idaho Falls, I'm in rookie ball. I realize I'm getting the same $800 a month that everyone else is getting. You know, yes, I got a larger signing bonus, but you have to realize that I'm just like all these other guys. If I don't produce, if I don't put up the numbers, then I'm never going to get to the big leagues. I think that's really the way you have to look at it. Yeah, you know, I was the first-round selection. I might be able to get a more of an opportunity because I was given that money. But I still, at the end of the day, I still have to put up the numbers. I don't put up the numbers, I don't advance. Bottom line.
So will that put added pressure, or do you feel like you just told yourself, all right, I'm just like everybody else?
It didn't add pressure. It added the fear of failure, which every ball player, because a game that is based on failure, no one likes to fail.
Nice play over at first by Christian Walker, who takes care of J.P. Crawford. Now there are 2 outs. Well, that's why I think the experience he had in AAA last year,
right,
for most of the season, now getting back there, I think it'll make his life easier.
Because he knows what to expect
no
after
question.
Making that jump.
Well, and he's bigger.
Yeah.
He's definitely stronger. He's quick.
Never doubt his athleticism. I mean, you could see that is apparent. But I think that's really the mentality he has to have himself.
Brian Holiday takes low and away, 1-0.
It's nice to read that you're the #7 overall prospect in all of baseball, and that's great. Make you strive to achieve a little more.
Two balls, 1 strike. Brian Holiday is one of 2 veteran catchers who are in camp. The other one is Ryan Hannigan. And the Phils are undecided on how they're going to handle the backup catching position with Cameron Rupp, and whether they would keep even 3 catchers to have one guy with a bat off the bench and another guy that would just be, basically the backup. Andrew Knapp is one of the other catchers.
I think the biggest question there is how much offensive production can you get out of one of those other guys? Can he be a pinch hit guy off the bench? Can he be a guy that goes and plays first base?
Yeah, Holiday and Hannigan are basically backup catchers, so you're not looking for them to shift, let's say, to first base unless there's an emergency.
Right.
But somebody like Knapp, you're looking to see if he can shift to first base if you have to sub out Tommy Joseph at some point.
Right. And Knapp helps that he's a switch hitter.
Popped up first base side. Walker. And a 1-2-3 inning for Josh Colmenter. 2 of the Bucks on to the 3rd. The Braves lead it 3-1.
Around
Hatfield Dollar Dog Night. The first one will be Monday, April 10th, when the Phillies take on the New York Mets at 7:05. Tickets can be purchased by going to Phillies.com. I was looking at the berm and I was watching the young lady in the bottom of your screen. She was kind of directing traffic before we read the graphic. The lady in the hat right down in there in the shade. Not a lot of shade out there on the berm. Ben, this is one of those deceiving days where it's a little breezy, low 70s.
You don't think you're getting sun?
You don't think you're getting sun, and guess what? 6 o'clock tonight, you're sitting down, you're having a cold one, you're watching a little TV, and you're thinking, whew, should have put some more sunscreen.
Yep.
Here's Johan Camargo, who flied out to left his first time to the plate.
I don't know what you're talking about. I bronze nicely.
Yeah, you do. I don't think I've ever seen anybody that gets so red, and then, like, the next day you're back to like milk white.
Well, thanks.
There's no tan to it.
Why would there be?
The balls and 2 strikes to Camargo. It'll be Camargo, Rio Ruiz, and Christian Walker. Dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I think it's safe to say that if you're Eichhoff, you put aside that 3-run inning, then you just go back and just keep getting stronger, right?
You do. You have to. There's nothing else you can do. I would like to see him. He's getting ahead of the hitters. That's not been a problem for him today, but I'd like to see him finish off these guys a little quicker than he has. That's why you see that pitch count starting to creep up a little bit. Some 0-2 counts. You've seen him run full count after an 0-2 count.
To the right side. Tommy Joseph waits for it. 3-1 on the putout. And Rio Ruiz is coming up. Jared has spent the offseason, as he told Murph the other day. Not only did he get married, but also he's gotten his legs even stronger. He has what you would call the perfect pitcher's body. You know, he's about 6'4", but very strong in his lower half. I think that's why he was such a horse last year.
Yeah, and he's a guy that, I'm not saying that the other pitchers, but he's a guy that you see running pole after pole, you know, back and forth through the outfield and getting his conditioning in.
Inside 2-1. Rio Ruiz was a former prospect with the Houston Astros. And the Braves acquired him. He got a chance to come up last year just a bit. But in AAA, he hit .271 with 10 home runs as that ball swept over the top part of the strike zone. 2-2. Swing and a miss. A nasty curveball. I mean, it probably looked even better because Ruiz was not even thinking curveball there.
Well, that had a nice little bite in it. Right over the top. Did Ruiz swing? Filthy.
I got to tell you,
missed it by a foot.
It was a great pitch from behind home plate. It didn't look like it had as much depth as the center field shot show. I mean, it was really good. And
it was late, and that's what made that so good. It was late.
There's Christian Walker, who drilled one out of the ballpark his first time up. And they toss him a curve. 0-1. Genmar Gomez, scheduled to pitch today, starts to loosen up. think he's working on his breaking pitch in this inning.
Sure looks like it. Sometimes when the wind's blowing in, you don't have as much bite. You know, it's funny to say, but even guys with big curveballs, even guys with knuckleballs, they like to pitch sometimes when the wind's blowing out, because you throw against that wind, you get the resistance, you get more knuckle on your knuckleball, more curve on your curveball.
Here's the 0-2 pitch to Walker. Curveball popped up. Brian Holiday off with the mask. Playable but difficult, and he makes the catch. And a 1-2-3 inning. That's 2 1-2-3 innings for Eichhoff. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Phillies baseball is brought to you by W.B. Mason. You can't go wrong when you buy right. Great afternoon for baseball here in Central Florida. We are on the West Coast in Clearwater. And Jared Eichhoff talking with Rick Kranitz. Rick is one of the Phil's pitching coaches. He last year was in the bullpen for the first part of the year, but then came into the dugout. They loved having him in the dugout. And John McLaren, who's off coaching China in the World Baseball Classic, went to the bullpen. Cesar Hernandez starts it off, and he takes high. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Cesar reached on a hit his first time up and knocked the pitcher right out of the game. To the right side. 1 out. Here's Walker. Mentioned he's a local kid. He was the Pennsylvania High School Player of the Year when he was a senior. And went on to play at the University of South Carolina. Drafted first by the Dodgers, then eventually by the Orioles. Christian Walker went to Kennedy Kendrick High School. Makes his home now in Royersford. Roman Quinn reached on a fielder's choice first time up. Fights it off. It's 1-1.
See, that's the approach I'd like to see against Cole Mentor. He's a guy that doesn't throw really hard. We see him hit 86, 87 today, but he's a guy that you want to let pitches get deep in the strike zone. You just saw Cesar Hernandez get out in front and try and hook a ball. If anything, you want to not try and get jammed, but let the ball travel as much as possible.
Over to the left side, and Ruiz throws him out. 2 outs, and here comes Howie Kendrick. Former Phil prospect Jesse Biddle is warming up in the bullpen for the Atlanta Braves, coming back from Tommy John surgery. I'm excited to see him back in a game.
This will be his first game.
It'll be his first game. Always love talking to Jesse. Kendrick takes on the outside corner 0-1. Ooh. See a little tiki down the right field line. There was an empty chair, and there's not many of them. The ball hit right on one of those empty chairs.
Really?
Find the seats off the first base side. Count remains 0-2 to Kendrick. He grounded one up the middle his first time up and was retired by Demerit, the second baseman. Sharply off the third base bag. That's a fair ball into left field. Micah Johnson got to it quickly, so Howie Kendrick makes a big turn and then holds up at first. A 2-out single here in the third.
He's trying to put a ball in play. That's one thing Matt Stairs told me today. He said I would have liked to seen. They had 11 strikeouts yesterday, but really cutting back on the strikeouts. Howie Kendrick getting down 0-2, fouled off a couple balls, and was able to shoot one down the left field line for a single.
I told you yesterday he wasn't going to be happy about that.
No, he wasn't. But again, that's what you expect from a veteran hitter.
Right.
Guy that's shorting up. I'll just put a ball in play.
Maikel Franco singled home a run his first time up. That was back in the first. One ball, one strike.
Did you ask Maikel how his chompers were today?
I was looking for him to ask him, but I didn't.
Straight change there. Very deceptive as Cole mentioned with that over-the-top delivery.
On the outside corner, strike 3 called. Extra movement. And Cole Mentor picks up his first strikeout. Phillies leave 1. We'll leave for the 4th. If you haven't looked at the promotional schedule yet on Phillies.com, we'll go to it and see what the opening weekend of baseball at Citizens Bank Park is going to look like. McDonald's opening night is Saturday, April 8th. Fans 15 and older get that T-shirt right there. Great giveaway. And then Cavity Busters Kids Opening Day, that sweatshirt that'll be given out thanks to the folks at Cavity Busters for fans 14 and under. Tickets can be purchased by going to Phillies.com. Top half of the fourth, Braves lead at 3-1. New pitcher for the Phils is the Phillies closer, Genmar Gomez. And Genmar will face Fuenmayor. Last year, 37 saves, 70 games for Genmar. Well, Jared Eickhoff today, 3 innings, 3 runs. 2 of those runs are earned. Boy, the first inning and the third inning, if he can bottle those, that's what you want to see, right?
Yeah, the second inning he got into some trouble with some 3 extra base hits. One of those being that long home run, but curveball is very good today. It's just the location of the fastballs. I think some of those he'd like to have back. Obviously, that play which led to the 3rd run of that inning. But the hook was pretty darn good today for Jared.
So here's Fuenmayor, who doubled his first time up. And a fastball as Gomez delivers on the inner half. Drew Anderson is starting to loosen up for the Phillies. Scheduled to go a couple innings here today. Genmar dropping down a little bit today?
Sure looks like it. It caught me off guard on that first pitch.
When we say dropping down, I mean it's not down at the belt, but it's down from where he normally releases it.
It's noticeable.
Now that was almost normal.
Right. Spring training time. They're working on things. That was more conventional for Genmar.
Yeah. Over to the left side, J.P. Crawford. And the throw is high, but Tommy Joseph is able to go up and bring it down.
JP able to get around this ball. This is what is very good. He circles it, he gets around it, fields it palm up. But this is one of those things where you have to know your runner. You know, Balbino, Fuenmayor, is it going to be the fleetest of foot?
Great
So
Balbino.
that's something you have to put in your mind before you field a baseball. Do I have time to set my feet and make a conventional throw instead of throwing off the run?
Down left field line, out of play. It's no balls and 1 strike. Bonifacio sacrificed his first time up. Longtime major leaguer, was in the minor leagues last year for the Braves. Didn't get called up till the end. He's always been a pain in the neck when he's right, Bonifacio, because he plays so many positions. He's so fast. He had some good years with the Miami Marlins in particular.
His first at bat laid down a beautiful sacrifice bunt and almost beat it out.
Shows bunt, tries to draw in Maikel Franco. He does bunt.
Thank you.
1-3 on the putout, 2 away here in the 4th inning.
Pitcher's fielding practice right here. Get off the mound quickly, set your feet. Good firm throw to first base.
Micah Johnson struck out his first time up for the Braves. We mentioned the Braves have a split squad, so they've invited some of their special instructors to come down and help out. And Fred McGriff, 493 career home runs. This guy was a special player, wasn't he?
Classic follow through. Could launch some baseballs.
He's imparting his wisdom over in the first base coach's box today. Not adhering to the coaching box rules that were implemented. He is. Well, he's Fred McGriff, so he can do what he wants, but he is nowhere near that coach's box.
Tom Emanski would not approve of him standing that far out there.
0-2 to Micah Johnson. People always talk about Fred McGriff. Is he a Hall of Famer? Most people say he's borderline. Whatever he was a menace for whatever team he played for. 1, 2, 3. Go the Braves. Crime Dog will head back to the dugout. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Toyota's One for Everyone sales event is going on now. Toyota, let's go places. And by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Well, with Ben Davis and Greg Murphy, I'm Tom McCarthy. Bottom of the fourth inning. Phillies trail at 3-1. And it'll be Tommy Joseph, Dylan Cousins, Aaron Altair due up against former Phil prospect Jesse Biddle. Germantown Academy's own. He was a former first-round pick by the Phils. Jesse's 6'4", 215 pounds, the 27th pick overall in the 2010 Major League drafts. Had Tommy John surgery at the end of the 2015 season. Phillies then traded him to the Pirates. He was waived by the Pirates and eventually was picked up by the Atlanta Braves. And you know, the Braves have said, we've had a lot of guys who have had the same kind of issues as Jesse Biddle arm wise. He was a top 100 pitcher, so we're going to take a chance and bring him in. So he was with the Braves all of last year as he rehabbed from Tommy John surgery.
Always had a great arm, great kid, as you alluded to earlier, but he's you just hope that the good guys in the game make it.
I remember when he was pitching at Germantown Friends and just the exposure he was getting. And there was a lot of talk about him being a possible first-round pick. I mean, you think about this kind of stuff. I mean, he was throwing 95, 96 when he was in high school. But we've gotten to know him over the years, and he's a really nice kid. Up high, 3-1. There's probably a little bit of an adrenaline rush since he's making his way back from Tommy John surgery and doing it on a playing field right now that he's pretty used to.
Talk about adrenaline. First time out there.
And there's ball 4. And that'll bring Dylan Cousins to the plate. Cousins grounded out his first time up toward the hole on the right side. I think command has always been a big issue for Jesse. I mean, he's got the stuff, but you just saw him walk Tommy Joseph, and you know, not that that's indicative of how he's going to pitch now, but you know, the free passes were always an issue for him.
He's got the great arm. He's got the, when it's on his curveball, as good as any left-handed curveball you're going to see.
In the dirt, 2-1. Boy, the ball jumps off his bat, doesn't it?
Even the foul balls do. He's such a quick bat. He got beat there a little bit, but still a quick bat. What an advantage to have.
Tied him up, and he's down on strikes. 1 out. Aaron Altair is coming up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. Well, you're watching the Atlanta Braves today, and you talk about Hall of Fame inductions, and the two of them, well, over the last couple of years, they've gone hand in hand. A lot of representation from this Atlanta Braves franchise heading to Cooperstown over the last couple of years. Of course, Glavine and Maddox and Smoltz, Bobby Cox. Well, this year, no exception. John Sherholtz, their longtime general manager and team president, heading to Cooperstown, and part of a really terrific class. You look at the guys that are going in 2017, Jeff Bagwell, Pudge Rodriguez, Tim Raines, and, of course, the old commissioner, Bud Selig, as well. An excellent group of guys, you know, and Ben, I know you're partial to Ivan Rodriguez. You talk about a first ballot Hall of Famer, 14-time All-Star, 13 Golden Gloves in his career, just an absolute stud during his playing career. He heads to the Hall of Fame, but you know, you look at that list, guys, no question marks. I think all of those guys deserve to be heading to Cooperstown, and they will this year.
It's a pretty good class.
It's a great class.
Altair takes low, 1 ball and no strikes.
I will say the one I completely disagreed with, though, is Vladimir Guerrero not getting in. I really do.
I would concur.
His numbers speak for themselves, and man did some damage.
Inside, 3 balls and 1 strike to Altair. But one thing about John Sherholtz, you know, we've obviously been going to Atlanta for a number of years. He is always accessible, and he always has, you know, he always says hello and asks how everybody's doing. You know, he's one of those guys that it's great to get to know him, or it has been great to get to know him over the years. I mean, 14 straight division crowns. I know they didn't win every World Series that they were in, but that was a special team.
All with pitching. That core of players that were there for years and years.
2 strikeouts now for Jesse Biddle's got some movement on that fastball. By the way, I may have said that he went to Germantown Academy. I meant Germantown Friends. I apologize if I said Academy.
He looks free and easy out there too, but these, we saw him, you know, get one past Cousins, and that one was past Altair. He was tardy. He looks free and easy out there, that's for sure.
J.P. Crawford grounded out. Nice play by Walker over at first.
think Tommy's really going anywhere.
Element of surprise, Ben.
Maybe those two have a history.
To the left side, a late swing by Crawford, who runs well, and he's retired by Ruiz. A solid inning for Jesse Biddle. It's nice to see. Phillies leave one. How about getting a Phillies spring pass? Doesn't that sound good? 11 games for just $50. Get access to every Phillies regular season home game in April, excluding April 7th, which is opening day. You can get tickets by going to Phillies.com/spring pass. Seating locations will vary game to game. Well, that's cool, though, because you get a chance to see the game in different points at the ballpark. Well, with Ben Davis and Greg Murphy, I'm Tom McCarthy. We go to the top of the 5th inning. And the Phillies trail at 3-1. Scoreless inning for Jenmar Gomez. And now Drew Anderson will take over. Anderson pitched pretty well the other day for the Phils.
3-4 with a 2.7 last year, 2016. A very good fastball the other day. Did give up a couple runs, but stuff-wise, I liked what I saw.
Here is David Freitas. And he swings at the first pitch. And it's 0-1. Jared Eichhoff started. He went the first 3, allowed 2 earned runs, 3 hits. Oh, and 2. The ball's getting up on those hitters quickly there.
It is.
Reiner Cruz is warming up in the bullpen for the Atlanta Braves.
Good pitch.
And 1 quick out. Now, you said good pitch. Why was that a good pitch?
Because
was it all location?
It's location. It's at the top of the. Well, it's a ball first and foremost, but it's exactly where Brian Holiday wants it. There's nothing you can do with that pitch, but you think it's close enough where you have to swing, but you can't do anything. You see, it ties him up, and it's just called being efficient. You get 0-2 count, you put a guy away right away. That's what I think some of these younger starting pitchers for the Phillies can do maybe a little bit better with Aaron Nola and Vince Velasquez. We saw Eichhoff struggle with it a bit today. Getting ahead, not a problem. Putting guys away, that's the tough part.
Well, for Anderson, it helps that you can run it up there at 94. I think the other part about, and I mentioned that it's exciting to see him again, because now this is his second outing. So if there's any kind of jitters or anything like that, I don't know if he felt them, but now he can be a little more free and easy in this second outing. Phillies added Anderson to the 40-man roster this past offseason, despite the injuries that he has sustained. And there is a live arm that they are very excited about.
There is something to be said, though, like you just said, about getting that first one out of the way. Looks so appetizing up there, doesn't it, Tom?
I would have laid off.
Of course you would have.
Tried the breaking ball. It's even now 2-2. Oh, good spot. Just missed off the inner half. Ball 4.
It's a ball.
That's a good 3-2 pitch, though.
It is.
I would think most times the hitter is going to go after it, and he's just hoping that it's a ball.
Especially in a spring training game, younger guy on the mound, you're thinking he's just going to try and dot a fastball away. Definitely how you lock someone up.
Here's Inciarte. He's grounded out to the right side twice. Merritt's got a good lead over first. Not necessarily a base stealer statistically. Last year combined, he had 17 stolen bases. He's a Rangers former first-round pick in 2013. Over to short. That should be 2. 1, 2.
Taylor made there. Look at beauty. Soft hands all around as we take it to the bottom of the 5th. Phillies coming up.
MLB.TV Premium is back and better than ever. Watch every out-of-market game and regular season game live on over 400 supported devices. Plus, enjoy almost 300 spring training games at the 2017 World Baseball Classic. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. Well, Ben, back in your day, it seems so long ago, at this point, you guys would just start running, you know, along the warning track and stuff like that. Now, all those extra pitchers, they're not going to be needed today. They're headed back to the clubhouse.
They've already done their conditioning.
Yep. They were just waiting.
And he catch that 3:15 tee time.
Try maybe having a conversation with Murph. Look at Murph. Murph and Eddie. Just chit-chatting away. Here's Ryder Cruz. Ryder Cruz was in the minor leagues last year, but was also in Mexico last year. Played for 2 different teams in Mexico last year. And then the year before was in Japan. So he's trying to make a big league club and spend a full season with affiliated baseball. Ryan Holiday skies one to shallow center.
97.
And it's off the glove with the shortstop Camargo. That's Inciarte's ball, I would think. And particularly because he's dancing around. That would be an E6.
Yes, it will. And once you get to that, you get to straight panic mode. And there's not a big enough hole you can crawl in.
I mean, it was so high. I mean, Inciarte was there. I guess it's, you're a shortstop. You got to make that catch. And now the top of the order for Cesar Hernandez. Cesar, then Roman Quinn. Micah Johnson gives this a look, and it's out of play into the picnic area.
That pitch at 95. I asked Matty today, Stairs, I said, Matt, what is with every guy coming out of the bullpen throwing 95? He said, I don't understand it. He said, it's March 4th. It's hard not to look at that radar gun, but when it's this early and guys are throwing this hard.
I think people just take it. They make it. They make it look different than it used to be. I mean, they get started so much earlier.
Yeah, it's just the conditioning starts. No one's taking all of October off anymore. Even parts of November. These guys are up here, just cutting it loose.
Off the hands, blooped out towards center field, and this time he dropped it again. That time he didn't even have it in his hands. They'll force the runner at second base. And Holiday is retired. Holiday was going on the pitch and then realized that it was up in the air and thought it was an easy play, so he sprinted back to first. .6-4 on the putout.
Well, Cesar gets jammed here and hits it right into the sun, and Camargo just cannot find it.
See right there, Holiday. I got to go.
Yeah. Holiday actually had a really good jump there.
Here's Rowan Quinn. There goes Cesar. Pitch is outside. Throw had really nothing on it. And it's a stolen base for Hernandez. Second one in 2 days for him.
Again, not even close. Great leg kick to run on. Just providing Cesar with a ton of time to get to second base.
Tied him up with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball.
Just throws it right by him. You wonder how a guy like him cannot get a job in the big leagues. I just, or even organized baseball.
There has to be something missing, you know, whether it be injuries or what, or command. I mean, it's 3-1 to Roman Quinn, but you throw 95, 96 at this point. Out of play, 3-2. Over to left field, Micah Johnson is over toward the seats, and the wind is going to take that right into the seats. So Roman stays alive, 3-2. I think you're going to see Roman's at bats increase once Odubel Herrera goes off to the World Baseball Classic. Pete knows it'll be a long spring training, so you know not everybody's playing every day. You know, he's mixing it up because the games are a little bit longer, so he knows that they're going to get their at bats. So that walk puts runners on first and second. Pete has certainly made this a relaxed camp. I mean, there's a lot of work going on, but his personality is just outstanding.
Yeah. I think it really has to be just because, like you alluded to, the length of it, 37 games in spring training. You have to, if you have to have somewhat of a relaxed attitude going throughout this because it's tough. It's a grind this year in particular.
Howie Kendrick takes a breaking ball, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Kendrick is 1 for 2 today. Probably the last at bat for these guys, and then their day will be done. Yeah, I think we're also seeing. I mean, there's some wildness here.
Yeah.
Two and one. Sharply over the mound, and Camargo makes a fancy flip to second for 1, over to first in time. And the side is retired. Well, he had an adventurous inning, certainly had a hand in the Braves getting out of it.
This program is sponsored in part by
Time now for our game summary, and the Braves lead it 3-1. They got 3 runs in the second inning. Christian Walker started the scoring for the Braves with a solo home run. Aaron Blair started the game for the Braves, but he was lifted after Cesar Hernandez smacked one off the glove hands, and he had to leave. Michael Franco, an RBI single. Jared Eichhoff went 3, allowed 2 earned runs, struck out 2 here this afternoon. So now as we go to the top of the second inning, Yesmuel Valentin will take over for the Phillies at second base. And Drew Anderson will continue out on the mound. Anderson had a nice 5th inning. Was able to get a couple ground ball outs. And he will now face Johan Camargo, the shortstop. As we begin the top of the 6th inning, the Phillies trailing at 3-1. The Braves playing a split squad game today. They're also playing at home in Orlando. Phillies actually have a split squad tomorrow. They play the Tigers here, and then there's a split squad that is in Sarasota. Take on the Orioles.
He's living at the top of that zone, isn't he?
I guess if you're living with movement at 94, I think it's okay to live up there.
Not if you're pitching to Ricky Jordan. Oh, Ricky Jordan used to get on top of that high fastball.
Well, there are guys that like the high fastball.
Just tomahawk it.
Valentin makes the play. And Rio Ruiz is the scheduled hitter. Ruiz 0 for 2. He grounded out his first time up and then struck out. He was gearing up for a fastball there, and instead got a breaking pitch. Down and away. 2-0. From a Braves standpoint, we talked about what their outfield is going to look like with Kemp in left, Inciarte in center, and Markakis around in right. They've got their mainstay Freddie Freeman at first base, Brandon Phillips at second base, Swanson, who got better as the year went on, is the starting shortstop, and Garcia, Adonis Garcia, is the third baseman. They're banking on obviously the revamped rotation and a full year of Kemp in the outfield. Their bullpen on paper isn't bad. They have Jim Johnson as their closer. And if you're their staff, as we said, they feel like they're more improved. They're going into a brand new ballpark. And by the way, the sod is going down on the ballpark today at SunTrust Field.
Just now?
Just now. Fly ball left field. That's pretty well hit. Cousins going back toward the fence. It is gone. An opposite field home run for Rio Ruiz. And it's now a 4-1 ball game.
Ball took off. Up in that jet stream and was able to carry over the left field fence. The Holiday wants it away. It's up and away.
Well, you talked about living up in the zone.
That one not quite as high as the other. Lefties, nitro zone, down and in, up and away.
Christian Walker takes outside 1-0. SunTrust Field, which is the new ballpark that will house the Braves. If you go online, it looks beautiful. I mean, it really does. It'll open officially on the 31st of March when the Braves take on the Yankees. But then they have 2 weeks before their home opener. And the Phillies open up on April 7th at Citizens Bank Park after beginning the season on the road in Cincinnati. But they open up against the San Diego Padres. Natural rival.
Natural.
2-1.
Get it in there. See, Holiday wants it in. It's in the middle, but at least it's down. You're going to miss off the plate or down.
Good pitch. 2 outs here in the 6th inning. That's a pretty nice compliment right there, that breaking ball.
Filthy. Talk about some depth. Walking right over the top of it. Whew.
Back to the screen. When Mayor doubled his first time up and then grounded out to shortstop.
Not a whole lot of emotion, is there?
No.
What'd you like to see out of a younger guy? Just out here doing my job.
I will say though, he looks even better today than he did the other day.
Very composed. Hits a spot right there.
J.P. Crawford. Boy, what an arm right there,
Yep.
huh? 6-3 on the putout. A home run by Ruiz. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Michael Franco will lead it off. on CSN. Fresh off a big shootout win Thursday, the Orange and Black look for their third straight victory, but they'll need to do it on the road against the NHL's best, Alex Ovechkin and the Capitals. Flyers versus Caps. Coverage begins tonight at 6:30 right here on CSN. 4-1 Braves on top. We move to the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be Michael Franco, Tommy Joseph, and Dylan Cousins. Those are the scheduled hitters against the third pitcher used today, or fourth pitcher I should say used today for the Atlanta Braves. Reiner Cruz had a little bit of trouble in the last half inning, but worked his way out of it. Franco is 1 for 2. He singled home a run his first time up, went down looking his last time. Well, with the shift on, and Camargo has it. Franco is retired.
That's a good example there. You do have the hole open, but it was just kind of a bail and wail. You see his front hip go. You see his left shoulder go. His hands just dragged through the zone. He just smothered the baseball to the left side. Watch his front hip go. There's just nothing left to hit with. It's okay if your body gets out in front a little bit, but if your hands start to creep forward with that, you're toast.
Tommy Joseph is 1 for 1. He walked his last time up. That ball was hit well out toward right center field, but the wind is going to knock it down and track down easily. 2 outs, and here's Dylan Cousins.
The ball was hit a lot better than the result.
Oh yeah,
came off his bat crisply. Wind just knocked it down.
Cousins is grounded out. He's also struck out. Two balls and no strikes to Dylan Cousins. See if he gets that same pitch right here. 2-0. He got a fastball right at the knees. He let it go by. Let's see if he gets the same one here.
You hope so.
That's a tough pitch.
Yeah, not a whole lot you're going to do with that one. It's down and away. Whew. He's living right there.
Got him. Well, 97, and that may be the last inning for Reiner Cruz. We'll see. I mean, he topped off at 98 here this afternoon. Works a 1-2-3, bottom of the 6th.
Can you
Here in Clearwater as the Phillies trail at 4-1. Drew Anderson is about to begin his third inning of work for the Phils. Gave up a home run in the 6th inning. Phillies have some changes as we go to the top half of the 7th inning. And one of those changes is at first base because Tommy Joseph couldn't play anymore because he's down talking to Greg Murphy. Murph?
That's right. We have pulled Tommy out of the game, and now he's going to do an interview with us. We appreciate that. How are you doing? All right?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm great. It's awesome. Good crowd, good weather. You know, just another fun day here in Clearwater.
You know, we were talking in the office today in prepping for this interview. So we were talking in the office today about how nothing's really happened to you in the last 365 days, right? It's been kind of a very boring, common year for you.
Yeah. The last 365 was just, you know, your average 365. No, a lot of exciting things have happened. You know, making it to the major leagues, getting married, a lot of fun things. So it's been fun.
Talk about the difference as you approach this camp, because, you know, things have changed. Obviously, you know, last year you come just trying to open some eyes again, and you certainly did that. But now you come starting first baseman. But, you know, you have some work ahead of you, of course. So what's the mindset? How's it different for you?
Oh, the mindset is just to continue to compete for a job. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to earn my spot on the team. You know, so come April 3rd, that I want to be the guy, and that's what I'm going to continue to work for.
How has things been going so far for you? You know, how's things going thus far for you?
Yeah, things have been great. I mean, the atmosphere has been awesome. You know, all the new acquisitions that we've gotten have been great. You know, getting to new people and new personalities has been a lot of fun. And then, I mean, you can't beat the weather. It's been pretty incredible so far.
You know, you mentioned the word personality, and to me, that's one of the words that we attach to you. And you know, during last season, we watched your personality kind of emerge. And, you know, a new player, just trying to fit in kind of thing. Near the end, we really saw it. Do you feel like that you can kind of now be Tommy Joseph even more now in that clubhouse?
Yeah, I think being a part of the clubhouse just a little bit longer, and maybe some people in there, allows me to do that. But it's also, you still got to understand your role and where you're at. You know, I don't even have a year of Major League service time, so I know my place, and I know who leads this team, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
All right. Do you set any goals for yourself? I mean, obviously, winning a job is first and foremost, but as you look ahead for this this Major League season, your first full season, you have any goals set for yourself?
Yeah, win the job, stay healthy, and win baseball games. So you kind of put those together and put them together with this great group of guys we got. Some good things could happen.
Maybe have a little fun as well.
Yeah, a lot of smiles along the way.
That's what we like to hear. Tommy, thanks for your time as always. We appreciate it. Guys, back upstairs.
All right, Murph. Very good answer there from Tommy Joseph, who is a team guy. There's no question. As Micah Johnson goes down on strikes. And there are 2 outs. So Anderson picks up back-to-back strikeouts. That's 3 strikeouts in 2 2/3. Some of the changes for the Phils, we mentioned that Knapp's playing first. Hector Gomez is playing third, and Jorge Alfaro is the new catcher. There's Jorge. David Freitas is now the hitter. Inside, 1 ball, no strikes. Bullpen action. Michael Mader, the lefty, warming up. Good breaking pitch. 2-2.
Behind in the count. Beautiful. Right on the corner.
Yeah, pretty tight. Hector Neris has started to loosen up. Phillies also have 4 minor leaguers that are up for today's game. Fly ball to right field. Aaron Altair ventures a few steps back.
Nice job.
Very nice job. That's 3 solid innings for Anderson.
Very nice. Did a very nice job on his 2nd outing of the year.
Welcome.
Seventh inning, the Phillies down by 3 to the Atlanta Braves. Each team with 4 base hits. Phillies 1 run came on a base hit for Maikel Franco. That was back in the 1st inning. Some of the changes for the Braves as we move to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Ray Patrick Ditter is in right field. And the new catcher is Cade Sabic. He takes over for David Freitas. And then Michael Mader will be the new pitcher. The Braves pitchers have done a pretty nice job here this afternoon.
They have. Limited the Phillies to 4 hits.
One of those guys was former Phil prospect Jesse Biddle. They also lost their starting pitcher Aaron Blair. After the first batter, Cesar Hernandez hit a ball back off his thumb/wrist. He was taken up, and then Josh Colmentor took over.
You have to give Colmentor props for coming in this ball game, probably not thinking I'm going to go in after 1 hitter.
I will say this though. I mean, I would think, and he's a veteran, he knows how to do all that stuff.
Right.
But in his mind, he's thinking, and maybe the Braves are too. Well, that's what we want him for, is a long man. But he got ready fast.
Yes, he did.
One ball, 1 strike. Mader was originally selected by the Miami Marlins. Off-speed pitch. In fact, last year with the Marlins, he was 7-6 with a 3.76 ERA, and then he eventually found his way to the Braves organization and went to Double-A and started 5 games and an ERA of 2.40.
Oh, to be left-handed.
Outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
A good swing on one here, Aaron. Nice.
Sharply to the right side, a base hit past the diving Demerit. So Aaron Altair with his 5th hit of the spring. He's now 5 for 15. J.P. Crawford is coming up.
Not a terrible pitch, but you take what you're going to get. You know, you pitch you outside. I'm going to take my single to right field. Don't let me get big and try and hit this ball over Frenchie's Cafe. It's a roll over to shortstop all day long.
J.P. Crawford, who is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice, once to first, once to third. Over the head of the Fanatic and out of play. Ball, 1 strike.
Just notice Aaron was way out there.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised they didn't throw over before.
He's getting a heck of a lead, which is great.
There he goes. Pitches a strike. Throw to second base is high, and Altair has the base stolen. It's positive today. The Phillies are running. That's their second stolen base.
Aaron Altair with a very good jump. Had him down perfectly.
Got whacked in the head with that tag, too.
Oh, we wear helmets. Whoop.
Seems you overrun it.
There's Aaron going in foot first on the back of the neck.
Back toward the middle. He made her look the runner, but Altair got a great jump. So worst case scenario is that J.P. Crawford got the runner over. And there's one out here in the 7th.
What made this is his secondary lead. He crosses as soon as that ball is down. There's no hesitation in Aaron Altair going to third base. Zero. Mater has to make his mind up. You know, I'm just going to get my out at first base. 4-1 ball game. I'll take my out. But there is zero hesitation by Aaron. Very good base running.
Well, that and the fact that he has such good speed. It's one of the huge attributes for him. So J.P. Crawford a little frustrated. I think he felt like he missed a hanging breaking ball. That's off the glove of Civic, and Altair is out. No way. Yeah, Pete, get a little spring training discussion going.
Get you some, Pete.
He just said, what happened? I thought the tag was high. I mean, it looked like he got him on the waist, but I thought his foot was already across the plate.
It's an excellent throw here by the catcher.
Yeah, Civic really did a nice job. He was already coming up when he was tagged.
Yeah.
Unless he never hit the plate.
Could be what Vic Carapaz is saying here, but I don't see it. Dan Izoni, I'm sorry, home plate umpire.
In reality, it was a nice play by the catcher, but that wasn't even, when we watched the replay, even as close as it was live. Well, he got out there quickly, so he used less than the 30 seconds that he's supposed to use. 2 balls and 1 strike to Jorge Alfaro. Out to right center field. That's some pop right there. It's going to trickle to the wall, and Alfaro will speed to second base. Ball gets away for a moment.
Charlie talks about that approach to right center field. One thing to go to right field, but if you're going to drive it like that, that's a good swing plane. That swing plane can hit any pitch, outside or inside. Inside, you're just going to catch it a little bit sooner, but good looking swing there by Jorge.
Well, now Valentin, who's up for the first time, subbing in for Cesar Hernandez. Changeup, and it's 0-2. Pretty nice movement on that changeup too.
It's tough after a first pitch curveball. You see something come out of his hand straight, you're thinking it's got to be a fastball. Change up. Phillies have 2 more hits than the Braves, but yet trail by 3.
Whoa. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That must have been a tad low.
Way low, Tom.
Just a little bit. Ball 4. So Valentine's aboard. Phillies have runners on first and second. And Roman Quinn will get a chance to bat right-handed here.
Roman Quinn's got some pop. You can get a ball in that alley with 2 outs. You can get Valentine to score from first base here.
Roman today is 0 for 2. He walked his last time up. To the dirt, 1-0. Top of the 8th inning, Hector Neris looks like he's going to come in to pitch for the Phils. We mentioned that he had been warming up previously. There's Hector. Up and away, and 2-0. Now Marty Reed wants to go out and talk to Mater. He's the bullpen coach. David Hale is warming up in the bullpen for the Braves. Chuck Hernandez is the pitching coach for the Atlanta Braves. He's back in Orlando. Hernandez, who was with the Marlins previously. And a line drive toward left field. That'll be in for an extra base hit. 1 hop off the wall. Alfaro scores. Holding at third is Valentine. That was a heck of a throw from left field from Micah Johnson. An RBI double for Roman Quinn. It's a 4-2 ball game.
That's what the doctor ordered. Off that extra base hit. Roman Quinn's got that kind of pop for Valentine to score from first base. Unfortunately, he hit it too hard. Karam's right to Johnson. It's a good transfer. Hits that second cutoff man, and I don't care how fast you are, you're not going to score on that one.
Yeah, it's a shame that the call at the plate could not have been reviewed, because Altair would have scored. It would be a 1-run game. Instead, it's a 2-run game. Now Chris Coughlin will pinch hit. And Coughlin takes up and in 1-0. Good swing from Roman Quinn, though. 4th hit of the spring for Roman. He's 4 for 15.
It's a lot shorter than his left-handed swing. On some of those left-handed swings I thought were a little big. That one there was perfect.
That one's golfed deep to right field. Dinner going back off his glove, and 2 runs will score. The Phillies have tied it up. Coughlin's at second base. It's a 4-4 game.
All with 2 outs. Phillies showing some resiliency here. Coghlan stays back on this breaking ball, stays down and through it. Ditters did everything he could in right field except make the play. Nice to see the Phillies really stringing these hits together.
Absolutely. Yeah, right off the heel of his glove.
Yeah. That's nice. Pete Mackanin sends Coghlan up there, lefty on lefty, pinch hit. Something he might be asked to do if he makes the ball club out of spring training.
Well, Mater's day is done. They'll go to the right-hander David Hale. So we have a pitching change.
Around Philly, you have to be real.
Head coach at Villanova grad Jim Curtin leads his Philadelphia Union into Vancouver to kick off their MLS season. Led by all-star keeper Andre Blake and his highlight reel saves, the team has their sights set on another playoff-bound season. Union versus Whitecaps tomorrow night at 9:30 over on TCN. Here's David Hale, his second tour of duty with the Atlanta Braves organization. David Hale from Princeton University facing Hector Gomez. And it's 0-1. David Hale made his major league debut with the Braves several years ago and then was traded to the Colorado Rockies. Eventually was picked up by the Baltimore Orioles and re-signed this past off season by the Braves. He is from Marietta, Georgia, so he likes the fact that he'd either be in Atlanta or Gwinnett County. His minor league numbers last year between the Rockies and the Orioles.
Coghlan at second base getting a great lead. Big secondary, and the Braves really aren't paying him any attention. He's walking way out there.
Outside, 2-2. Andrew Knapp waits on deck. Between the 5-hole, Coghlan on his way to third. Ball 8 up, Civic.
It did. Right through the wickets. How it eluded Dan Izoni is beyond me, but Phillies to take it. That's just, as Mike Schmidt always talks about that. Now there's just a myriad of ways the Phillies can score. Another wild pitch. Infield grounder. Infield single.
Well, ball 4 puts runners on first and third and brings Andrew Knapp to the plate. Here in the home 7th inning, the Phillies trail it by, or are tied up after trailing it by 3. It is now a 4-4 game. Toward left field. Micah Johnson got turned around. It's over his head. 1 run is in. Gomez to third. An RBI double by Andrew Knapp. The Phillies have taken the lead.
The slugging percentage this city. I mean, really. Doubles are great, but the fact that the Phillies are using the whole field right here, not trying to do too much. See Johnson get turned around there, and that ball that fit right at you is the toughest one to judge at times if you're an outfielder.
A couple of really good swings too. I mean, whether it be Coughlin or that one right there by Knapp. The other part of it too is that you like the approach from Knapp. I'm going to go up there and I'm going to get a fastball, because you have to think like a pinch hitter almost.
Exactly.
Because that may be his role.
Yeah. Alfaro opposite field double. Knapp opposite field double. Coughlin did pull his, but he stayed back on a pretty tough curveball down and away.
Here's Cousins. Cousins is 0 for 3 today. A couple strikeouts. Brock Stassi is on deck. He's busy taking some fly balls today.
Remember the 2-2 pitch to Valentin that could have gone either way. Phillies get the benefit, walks on the next pitch, and then the proverbial floodgates open.
Seems like so long ago.
It does.
A ball and 2 strikes to Cousins. Sharply to the right side, off the glove of the first baseman into shallow right field. 2 runs will score. Dylan Cousins with a 2-run base hit. The Phils have batted around here in the 7th.
Some ground balls have a tendency to pick up speed. Alex Rodriguez used to hit ground balls through the infield at Texas that just assumed they'd hit and they just bound and pick up speed. Exactly what happened right here with Dylan Cousins. Gets out in front just a hair, but it hits that dirt and just starts to take off.
So 7-4, the Phillies are on top as 2 runs just crossed the plate. Here's Brock Stassi. What a no. There goes the runner from first. Pitch is low. The throw to second base, not in time. I tell you, he's 6'6" and he can run.
That's a bat. He grounded out and he got down the line to first base. Very good jump. For 1 year in San Diego, Ryan Klesko, big man. He ended up having, let's say, 23, 24 stolen bases that year, just out of sheer surprise.
High chopper to first. Walker will take it to the bag. The inning is over, but the Phils did enough damage to take the lead. They sent 10 men to the plate. They lead it 7-4, 6-run inning.
Stay on
Whether that lady wanted to do it or not, she was dancing with the fanatic, and he wanted to do the entire song. And perfectly content to now dance his way on to the next victim. He knows exactly where the camera is at all times. Dylan Cousins moves from left field to right field after his 2-run base hit. Has helped the Phils to a 6-run inning. Brock Stassi, we mentioned he's been taking some fly balls out in the outfield while he's playing left field now. And Hector Neris is the new pitcher. Neris will take over for Drew Anderson, who pitched 3 innings, allowed 1 run on the home run. That's it. He pitched very well. So Hector will pitch here in the 8th inning.
You know what Brock Stassi's thinking to himself right now? Man, this is a long run out here. It's a lot shorter at first base.
Neris delivers inside, 1-0. Demerit is 0 for 1. Reached on an error his first time up. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jackson was scheduled to pitch today. This is the kid who they also acquired this past offseason. Luke Jackson from the Texas Rangers organization. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Demerit. Fly ball right field.
Oh, carried.
Surprisingly, since the wind is coming in. 1 out now. Ender Inciarte is the hitter.
Whenever I look at a catcher, to take a look at the replay here, this ball just really does carry. As you alluded to, the wind. Just shy of the warning track. Dylan Cousins makes a play, but you look at a catcher, the first thing I look at, can he catch? I know it sounds funny, but can he actually catch? His setup, his hands, the way he receives a baseball. That's called catching. A lot of guys, he's very quiet back there. You can see he's got very strong hands.
You mean Alfaro?
Alfaro.
Yeah.
And he catches the ball very quietly, but it's strong. He doesn't let the ball ride him back. Everything's out in front, but yet it's still soft. See, a lot of guys, they just stone hands back there. Not him. Very soft. I do like his setup. You know, you want to give the pitcher a target to throw to. When you set that glove up, that mitt for him to look at, you want it to be still, because that's where he's aiming for.
Good off-speed pitch from Hector Neris. And there are 2 outs. Oh, wait. Hold on. Count was incorrect. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's going to get him right here, though. Well, he almost got him. Inciarte is having a longer at bat here than he had combined with his first 2 plate appearances. He swung early and grounded out to second both times. Swing and a miss. He did get him eventually, but a 94-mile-an-hour fastball.
You said he'd get him.
I felt confident about it.
Just right by him.
Two outs and Johan Camargo. Camargo is 0 for 3. He's flied out. He's grounded out twice. Fly ball towards shallow left field. You thought that was a long run. This is an even longer run for Stassi. He's got it though. 1, 2, 3 go the Braves here in the 8th inning. A nice inning for Hector Neris. We'll move to the bottom of the 8th with the Phillies on top by 3. You're here in Clearwater, Florida, to make sure that you reapply sunscreen quite often. It's nice that the ushers and the security are helping those that are in need on a bright sunshiny day here in Clearwater, Florida. That's it. Get the hair out of the way. Changes for the Atlanta Braves. Dylan Moore will take over at second base. Ray Patrick Ditter moves from right field to center field, and Lane Adams is now in right field. There's Lane Adams. We don't want to get away before we show him off. Now the new pitcher is right-hander Luke Jackson. Acquired from the Braves, from the Texas Rangers. That last pitch came in at 94. He's hit 100 quite often.
Of course he has.
Facing J.P. Crawford. Oh, 2, 96. His biggest issues, and I guess you can see it by the max effort. What do you think his biggest issue is?
Command.
Command. That's exactly right. So with the Rangers last year in the big leagues, he pitched 11 2/3. He walked 8. In the minor leagues, he threw 46 2/3 innings. What's a good number as far as walks go? 46 2/3.
Out of the bullpen?
Yeah.
10?
He walked 32 in 46 2/3.
Yeah, that's.
He struck out 59.
Hitting triple digits, that's going to happen. It's a given.
1-2 to J.P. Crawford. 2-2.
I think J.P. was a little more quiet with his front foot there. Getting that down early just enables you to see the pitch longer.
To the right side sharply. Nice play by Christian Walker. 3-1 on the putout. And Jorge Alfaro is going to be up next. Alfaro doubled his first time up. That ball is a rocket out to left field. Micah Johnson can't get it. Alfaro's on his way to second, and he'll get there easily. Wow. So much for opposite field power.
I'll take my pair to right center. You know what? Now I'll take my pair to left center. Whew. Go hooded 2-iron there. And he does run. We talked about that last year in camp. A good looking swing there. And that's the same swing we saw on the double to right center. He just caught that one out in front a little bit more because the pitch was more inside.
But they are, I mean, I say they. I know Matt and even the minor league hitting coaches that have worked with him so well over the last couple of years since he came over, they are working on him just getting the ball out front a little more and pulling it.
Right.
Charlie was talking about that the other day.
Yeah. They were going through routines today. 2-0. Matt would say to all his hitters, think left center if you're a right-handed hitter. Think left center. If you miss foul. Ken Rupp hit one over the bullpen grill down the left field line today. And Matt said, what's wrong with that? Now it's 2-1. Who cares? He said, but if you're going to miss foul. But think left center.
Off the plate, Valentin may be able to beat that. That's a nice play. And Walker can't hang on to the bag. It's an infield hit. First and third with one out. And the Phillies are very fortunate. You know, not only they have Matt, as you see Valentin here.
It's a tough play. Probably didn't think he had enough time to set himself and make the throw over to Walker at first base. Valentin will take the knock.
But the Phillies are very fortunate. Not only that they have Matt here in the big leagues, but they've had longtime hitting coach Sal Rendy in AAA. Sal is he's one of the best guys you'll ever meet, and he's very smart when it comes to the art of hitting. Andy Tracy, who's the roving hitting instructor, Andy's done a fantastic job. Used to love having him around when he was a player. Frank Cacciatore, who's in AA, who not only can hit a golf ball a mile, but also is an excellent hitting coach. Here's Roman Quinn with runners on first and third. And Matt's made it a point, you know, we've talked to him about, you know, talking about those guys, how helpful they've been too.
Right. Getting him their input of what they've seen throughout the course of the minor league seasons. Just so they can continue to nurture these guys and make them do what they do well and continue to do what they do well.
Up and away, and it's 2-0.
That leg kick, I wouldn't be surprised if Valentin took off here. It's a big leg kick. And you want to try and keep that hole open to first base, but he's going to give it to you. Might as well take it.
There he goes. Way inside. Throw to second on one hop is in time. Way to use the grass to help skip that throw.
An assist to the grass. Not an easy pitch to throw on. Roman actually does catcher a favor in ducking down, giving him a clear throwing lane towards second base.
Reaches base for the third straight time. Runners on first and third. And now Chris Coughlin, who doubled in his first at bat. Michael Marriott has been throwing in the pen. He's just missing now with some of these pitches. I think part of it is his command has been kind of all over the place.
If you're just missing, and that is a ball.
Yeah, but it's just off the plate.
Have your catcher set up more on the plate.
With the natural movement?
Yeah.
Alfaro at third, Roman Quinn at first. And then Hector Gomez on deck. Back toward the middle. And that'll wrap up the 8th inning for the Phils. They get a couple base runners. They leave 2. On to the 9th. The Phils leading it 7-4. It's time for Michael Marriott. Back here in Clearwater, where the Phillies lead it 7-4 over the Atlanta Braves. The Phillies were down 4-1 and used a 6-run 7th inning. And now Michael Marriott will take over for Hector Neris here in the top of the 9th inning to try to close it out. Phil's looking for their 4th victory this spring, 3-3-2. And Marriott picks up for Hector Neris, who had an electric 8th inning. I don't even know if Hector broke a sweat. Marriott's numbers last year with the Phillies, 25 games, 1-0 with a 5.82 ERA. He had some really good outings too. I mean, I know the overall ERA is not what you would want, but he had some solid outings.
He did, and Pete and Bob McClure really like him. Came in, Features a very good slider. When it's on, it's on. As long as he keeps his fastball down, command that strike zone.
So Rio Ruiz will be the first batter to face Michael Marriott. Ruiz today has homered the opposite way. He's 1 for 3. He's also grounded out and struck out.
Really the only mistake that Drew Anderson made today.
Strikeout number 1 for Michael Marriott. All right, and the other part of it too, you know, Jared Eichhoff allowed the 3 runs in the second inning, but since then the Phillies staff has really clamped down.
Yeah, there's that wipeout slider right there by Michael.
Drew Anderson through 3 innings allowed 1 run. It was the home run by Ruiz. Of course, Hector Neris and Jeanmar Gomez. Towering pop-up. Hector Gomez. I think this is going to stay in play. It will. Wasn't sure if the wind was going to kick it out.
Good height.
2 outs. And Adam Walker will be the batter. Adam Walker's got a couple home runs in the last couple days for the Braves. He tied him up and he lifts it foul and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Inside, and 2 balls and 1 strike. Tomorrow the Phillies will be back in action here against the Tigers, and there'll also be another group that'll be down in Sarasota to take on the Orioles. Clay Buchholz starts tomorrow for the Phils against Daniel Norris. 2-2. Walker 6'5", 225 pounds. The man has hit 2 home runs in the last couple of days, and he's a little disgruntled about that last pitch. Like a pretty good offering. 25 years old as Michael Marriott's trying to close out this win for the Phils. And the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. And the Phils wrap up the afternoon with a 7-4 come-from-behind victory over the Atlanta Braves.
Very efficient inning. You're thinking Michael Marriott, you sit down in that bullpen for 9 innings, you come in, you throw 10 pitches. That's efficiency.
And the Phillies bullpen retired the last 11 hitters that they faced. And the only run since the second inning was the home run by Rio Ruiz, and that was it. Phillies offense erupted for 6 runs in the 7th inning after trailing it 4-1. They sent 10 men to the plate, and part of that are W.B. Mason deliveries of the game. How about Andrew Knapp?
Andrew Knapp coming in, hitting the left field double, one short hopping the fence, and then Dylan Cousins coming up, putting together a good at bat, shoots one to the right side. That whole 7th inning in which the Phillies scored 6 runs, really stringing together hits, multiple. They just did everything they probably could, and that's the W.B. Mason deliveries of the game.
7-4 the final score. The Phillies win it. The Phils are now 4-3-2 on the spring training schedule. Not only that, but they're also scoring some runs, which I think we've talked about. I think that's nice to see. You know, that was one of the goals this year, was to improve the offense, but I think they're getting it by, you know, not only some of the players they've brought in, but I continue to be, and I don't want to overstate things, but I've been impressed with these younger players, with how seemingly relaxed they are going up to the plate. I mean, they don't look tight at all.
They're relaxed, and they're taking what the pitcher is going to give them. They're not trying to do too much. They're taking their, well, I say taking their doubles the opposite way. Oh, that's, you know, but
that's nice of them to do.
Yeah, it's nice of them to do. But no, that's what they're doing, though. I mean, they're really taking advantage of the situation. And one of those young guys is Andrew Knapp, and you know, it's nice to see these guys really come together and provide some offense for this lineup. And Andrew Knapp's down the field with our Greg Murphy.
All right, thank you very much, Ben. Yeah, and it was a terrific inning for the team. It's spring training, but it's always nice to get the win. And a big inning, you were right there in the middle of it. Your double put the team ahead for good. Nice to be a big part of a big inning.
Yeah, sure. I think you know, that kind of shows the way this team's gonna go about our business. You know, I think yeah, like you said, it's spring training, but we want to win the game and come up clutch in those situations. So that was nice for us to put up those runs.
You know, spring training means different things for different guys. So what does spring training 2017 mean for you as you get ready for this upcoming season?
Yeah, I'm going out there trying to win a job. I think last year was more of a happy to be here kind of thing. But, you know, I'm going out there trying to win a job every day. And when I get my opportunities to go show that, you know, I can do the job and be that guy. So for me, it's just getting ready to play this season and try to win a job.
When you talk about winning a job, I mean, obviously doing what you do today, opening eyes certainly helps, but versatility also helps as well. And you're getting a chance to play a little first base as well. We've known you for the last couple of years as, you know, as a catcher, but first base as well. That's going to help, I would imagine, as you move forward in this organization, right?
Yeah, sure. If I can help out in any way, if it's first base or behind the plate or off the bench with the bat, you know, that's kind of what I want to do this year. I want to be able to help out the team in any way and help us win ball games.
Got a lot of good young guys in that clubhouse. You guys having a little fun as you win some ball games there?
Yeah, sure. Winning's always fun.
Always fun. Andrew, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. Guys, back upstairs to you.
All right, Murph. Thank you very much. A 6-run 7th inning has helped the Phils to a 7-4 victory. Michael Marriott closed things out. We'll be back to close things out ourselves after this.
Dear fellow